Hey guys, my name is Dominic Flux. Today I'm here with Benedict Lavoie. She is a FJ gemologist, and we're going to go into a deep dive of all the different prices for every color sapphire. Obviously, for every single sapphire, there are different saturations, there are different hues. You know, you can have light pinks to vivid pinks, and so these will all have different prices. So today we're going to really break it down and show you concrete examples with real life market prices, so you can be better prepared when you're going to buy your engagement ring, obviously by us. Woo! So let's jump into it. For all of these, we tried to pick the same carat, so the same size relatively, all excellent cuts, and all eye clean. So they're kind of within the same standard, which means we're going to be fluctuating the price depending on the color. Also, make sure you stay till the end because we are going to be showing some eye candy. So we're going to be showing much higher carat and their price points at the very, very end.
So we'll take the first example is the blue ones.
Yeah.
So you have one that is, it's not quite royal blue. It's like maybe one shade lighter. The reason is that because we're in Montreal, and royal blue in Montreal, it looks too dark. Mm-hmm. So it will look amazing in Miami and Bangkok, or like where the sun is super strong. But here, royal blue, it's kind of, it's like New York. You don't want a royal blue. It's just the sun is just not there.
I wonder if it's also actually just preference. Like, I know, like, for example, like Brazilians love a much more yellow gold, like 18 karat, than we love like no more than 14.
Yeah, maybe.
Is it a preference?
Yeah, maybe it's like a cultural too, or like, okay. I know sometimes people, they will go with the price point. They just want it to be a sapphire, and they will not care about the color or their inclusion. They just want to say it's a sapphire. So here you have like the medium dark blue and the light blue. So the darker one is 1.10 carat and the lighter one is 1.03 carat. So it's fairly same category. Usually the price will jump if we go above like 1.2 or 1.5 carat. It kind of goes like exponentially. But now we have two similar stones, like they're both well cut, they're both eye clean, they don't have color zoning. And so the darker one goes for $3,300 and the lighter one goes for $800. So that's almost like a quarter of the price.
Yeah.
I don't have them, but sometimes there will be one like even darker, and it will be a similar price to the lighter one, because once you go too dark, the price also comes down. Usually we try to compromise with lighter colors because they keep like the liveliness and
they'll have more brilliance than darker stones
darker stones. Yeah. The next ones, the two blues here, they're 2 carat range. So the round one is 1.98 carat and the other one is 2.07 carat. So the darker one is 7,700 and the lighter one is 3,650.
I mean, personally, and these are always aesthetics. Just because it's more expensive doesn't mean it's necessarily better. I feel like these, you have to just fall in love with it. Yeah. I like the lighter one. I feel like it pops a bit more. But I
usually like the lighter ones more than the darker ones. All right. So that's for the blue. I have some other examples here. So like, let's say these one, they're both 6.5 millimeter cushions. The darker ones, they come to around 7,000 each, and these one 2,700 each.
Yeah.
So like that's it's more than like half the price for same size. Same for these ones. So these ones, not only they're lighter, but they're also more included. Okay. So these one are like 700 each. These one are 3,000 each. They're the same size. So it's a big difference, but you see that these ones are like...
does this have color zoning in this one?
It's got color zoning, it's got inclusion, it's like kind of sleepy, it's not as crisp.
Yeah, so. Color zoning is when there's going to be areas that have more saturated or, streaks, or this one you can see it that it goes from a darker blue to a lighter blue, so that's not as desired.
No, and it's very common in sapphires, the color zoning, but usually when we cut them, we kind of try to find the way to like kind of hide it or have like an even color when you look at it from the top.
If ever you are curious, you can just send us an email, send us a DM, the links are down below. You just let us know your price point and we're gonna find like a selection of sapphires for you to choose from within that price point. So you don't have to stress out about it too much. If you like something in between, we'll always find it for you.
So we can go with the pinks. So pinks are here. And then there's Padparadscha, but we'll come back at the end.
Those are a little bit of specialty stones, so we're going to save them for the end. So make sure you stay.
So you have the 3 shades of pink, like the hot pink, medium pink, and the light pink. So the hot pink and medium pink, they're kind of the same price point. It's usually more of like a preference. So the hot pink, so they're all 1 carat range. The hot pink is 1.17 carat. Then you have 1.14 carat and 1.13 carat. The hot pink goes for 1,400. The medium pink is 1,300. And then the light pink is $780. So that's like half of the price of the hot pink. But
it's funny, I prefer it.
That's it.
I prefer it, yeah.
Because it also goes with like supply and demand. If everyone wants pastel colors, then the price might go up because that's what people want.
Also, another little fun thing that you can't always do, if you don't have the budget for a more saturated stone, for pink stones and for yellow stones, we can always make the prongs in either pink or in yellow gold to help saturate the stone. So that's always a little thing if you're on a tighter price point.
So now we have the yellows. I didn't have so many, so I went with so the 2 here, they're 1 carat, but there's one that is very bright, very nice, the round one.
That one's milky.
The cushion is kind of milky. The cushion is it's got color zoning, it's got inclusions, but we're still in the 1 carat range. So the round one that is a lot more like sparkly or nicer goes for 650.
Yep.
And the cushion that's kind of sleepy and included, it's 260. So it's still a big difference. So in this case, we have the cushion here and this one. So this one is natural color. It's been heat treated, but with nothing added. And the large oval has beryllium. So they're both in the 3 carat range. The cushion is 3.08 and the oval is heavier, so 3.66. The lighter one is more expensive, so it's 5,300, and the beryllium treated is 3,800.
And if you look at this nice cushion up close, I mean, if you want a diamond replacement, you don't want to pay the prices for yellow diamond. This one is just stunning. Yeah. It has such nice brilliance to it, so you can always consider that as well.
Yellow and orange, they're tricky colors because usually when you get the most saturated color, they're treated with beryllium. So little parenthèse for treatments, 95% of sapphires are heat treated. So all of these are heat treated. When we talk about sapphire prices, we assume that we're talking about heat treated. Like when you get a no heat stone, it's not that the heated stone is cheaper, it's the no heat, it's got a premium. So like the market price is for heat treated. If it's not heat treated, then it's gonna have this like premium of like it was mined like that. Yeah, that's the color.
Exactly. It's like when you have such a fantastic blue that was naturally found, it's gonna triple the price versus them just heating it to acquire that look. So
the orange and the yellow, when they heat treat them, they add beryllium. And this it's such a small element that with the heat treatment it goes in the stone. So even if you recut it or whatever, it's going to stay the same color.
So it really actually not just naturally absorbs it and it doesn't stay within like a coating almost.
No. Wow. Okay. Like the blue sapphires, they will diffuse it with some elements that will kind of not penetrate the stone. It's just going to stay on top. So if you recut it, you can end up with a white sapphire. So green is also a color with so much, like it can be bluish green, yellowish green, forest green, seafoam green. There's a lot of greens. So I took this one for example because it's nice. It's got some blue. And then next to it you have, so these are two different greens.
The middle one is a little bit more blue. Yeah. And then the left It's a little bit more yellow.
Yeah. So this is also kind of like a trend thing, but right now the teal is more expensive than a yellowish green. The teal one is 1.54 carat. This one, the green one, is 74 carat. And so the teal one is 2,980 and the green one is 2,400. So it's not a huge difference, but it's still a difference, and it's just due to the color, nothing else. Then we have white and purple. So the white one is also a nice alternative to diamonds. It's a natural stone, it's hard, it doesn't have the dispersion that like the colors you'll see, the flashes as diamonds, but it's still, I mean, they're very well cut.
Yeah, I think when you're thinking about a white sapphire, you do want to focus on a nicer cut because the cost of material, like the raw stone, it's not as expensive as like diamond, for example, so you can kind of up the quality elsewhere.
Yeah.
So...
And that's the thing for us, like the cut with white sapphires and the inclusion and the color, because white can be very, very light blue, very light yellow. So I have the 1 carat. It's 1.13 carat. This one is 1,500. So I don't know how much like a very high quality diamond 1 carat would be, but
around, I mean, high quality?
Yeah.
Like at least 9,000 to 12,000 just for the diamond.
Yeah. So it's like, it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
And then I thought it would be interesting to show a little emerald cut here. It's got some yellow in it. If I do that. And the pear shape, it's very, very white. The pear shape is 1.72 carat and it's $2,000 for the stone. The other one, so it's 1.69 carat, and this one goes for $1,450. So just because there's just that little hint of yellow, it has influence on the price.
Yeah.
So purple, also fun fact about purple sapphires, they're not very often heat treated.
Okay.
Because the heat treatment will either remove the pink or the blue. So if you've got a purple sapphire, you want to keep it purple. If you remove the pink, you end up with a blue stone.
And are these ones natural or they're heat treated?
This one's heat treated, this one is not.
Okay.
But see, this one is pinker, so maybe it has a little more blue. It's more like a lilac, violet color now. And then this one you'll see when we do the close-up, but it's got some inclusions.
Okay.
It's not eye clean.
Okay.
Definitely not eye clean. I can see them with no loop, nothing. This one is very clean. So the more included one, they're both also 3 carat range. The more purple blue, more included, goes for just under $2,000, and the nice one goes for $6,000. So that will bring us to Padparadscha.
That's what I was excited. I was like, no, we forgot. Okay.
So Padparadscha, they're like these legendary stones that the definition is kind of broad and can be very much stretched. And there's no true definition. That's my true definition. Okay. It's a stone that will be, so it's orangey pink, pinkish orange. If you put it next to an orange sapphire, it's going to look pink. If you put it next to a pink sapphire, it's going to look orange.
Okay.
So we have these 3 examples. These 2 are the same price per carat. The cushion, to me, the cushion's got kind of a nicer color. The oval's got a little bit of brown in it, but it's lighter in weight, and they're both the same price. So it depends on the taste. So they're both in the $8,000 range for 1.5 and 1.8 carat. And then you have the lighter one that is at 3,200. So that's also when you go lighter, but it's still considered a Padparadscha.
Okay. So yeah, she just mystified this for me, but I always thought that Padparadscha was the more expensive than the royal blue, but it is not.
It's the most expensive of what we call fancy sapphires. So all the colors except the blue. I mean, if the trend continues and everyone keeps buying the peachy and Padparadscha, then maybe it will be more expensive, the blue. But yeah, the royal blue is always like the top one.
And if you were wondering why we don't have red, it's because as soon as a sapphire turns red, it becomes a ruby. So just in case.
Yeah. So that's for how kind of color will influence the price. So what happens is either trends. I mean, a few years ago, the morganites were extremely popular, and people realized they can have sapphires, the color of morganites.
Well, I think you have one right there, but this is really...
We can show it now, but so this is what we buy if we want something that kind of looks like morganite. It's kind of that peachy pink color.
A very feminine look. I love it,
And I think that even just it's big, but it kind of looks like a pink diamond. Like the radiant cut makes it very like crispy and nice. So,
and I think a lot of people who buy morganites often complain about everything sticks to it, like grease, whatnot. This will probably keep cleaner longer if you don't like maintenance. So
morganites, aquamarine, it's like you put it on and it's dirty. So. So we talked about heat treatment a little bit and how it's going to have an effect on the stones. So we have these two stones. The top one is 2.6 carat and the one at the bottom is 2.5. So the 2.5 is considerably lighter than the other. But they're the same price because this one was mined this color. This one was heat treated. So for 2.5 carat, you're looking around $9,500 for either a nice unheated kind of medium light blue or like a really nice blue sapphire.
Do you have the same color as this one heat treated?
Heat treated? Yeah, probably. So yeah, I was able to find this one. So see, it's kind of similar color, maybe a shade lighter. So that will have impact. But so this one is 1,200 per carat, and this one that is no heat is 3,700 per carat. So it's a third of the price.
If it's heated. And then this one, which would be kind of like the top desired color, is the same price as the non-heated. So it's interesting. For this part of the episode, we are going to just be doing some eye candy. So we're going to go into higher carats, like easily over 3 carat for different colors. So you can also see, because, 1 carat is one thing, but once you hit that 2 to 3 carat, the prices really start to double. So if you are somebody who does want a larger stone, this will hopefully give you a price point.
So we'll start with the blue ones because I think that's what people kind of know the more. So I pulled 4 example here of they're all stones over 3 carats. So we'll start with the smaller one.
Oh, this one's gorgeous. Look at that blue. So oh, wow. One... Oh, that's set in yellow gold. Oh my gosh.
So this one goes for $22,545. It's expensive, but it's still a lot less than a lot of other stones at this size. This is more of the royal blue color. 3.89 carat, and that's $24,000.
And just a little side note, because I do know from filming sapphires, they always do come out darker on camera than they do in real life. So if they seem a little bit dark, they're much nicer here.
And then we have this big oval. So this one is a 4.24 carat, and it's $29,680. So it's big, but it's nice.
It's very nice.
And then I pulled this one because it's big. It's almost 6 carats, so I think it's 5.81. 5.81. But it's a little lighter than the other ones I showed, so it's $30,000. So a lot heavier than this one. It's more than a carat heavier, and it's around the same price. And now for like trends, the two colors that are the most requested these days are the teal, greens, and kind of like peaches and pink. So I think these ones, they're so nice. And
wow, they are very nice.
This one is Teal Sapphire, 3.23 carat, $11,000.
Yeah. Oh wow, I love it. It has like a little hint of blue to it. Yeah, I love it.
That's it. You know, when people want teal, do they want more green? Because there's everything. There's this one that is a little bit lighter. That is not actually like the most expensive one. It's 5,600 for a 3 carat. But I just thought the color was like interesting to show. There's also this round 3.52 carat that's $606,600.
Yeah, I was gonna say 600. Wow. Okay.
Deal. I also this little weirdo to show what we mean by color zoning. So this one, it's like it was painted like a blue line in the yellow. So it's just
that's very cool.
It's very cool.
Ooh, I love this.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one is
beautiful.
like kind of a raspberry color. I think it would go well with this one, even though it's not the same color. It's just like this rich raspberry kind of color. And this we get requests more than the like bright hot pink. It's still a dark pink, you know? It's still like, it kind of...
There's something more rich about it than the standard pink, I feel.
Yeah. And then we have this big oval, 2.61 carat, and it's $13,000. Yeah, so I think like if you're looking at like a ruby or emerald in that size, it's gonna be very expensive. So that's the great thing about sapphires. When you go in like the fancy colors, usually you have so many price points, so many colors, so many options.
Exactly. Yeah. Beautiful. All right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have any more questions, obviously leave them down below. If you are interested in buying an engagement ring or for sourcing a gemstone, just send us a message. Thank you, Benedict, for doing this video, and we'll see you next time. Bye.